Today, we honor Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey, a true hero of the Kargil War, whose bravery and selfless leadership became a symbol of valor. Known for his battle cry, "Na Chodnu," he led his men from the front, displaying extraordinary courage under fire. Join us as we remember the legacy of a young officer who sacrificed everything for the honor of his nation. Join us as we bring his story to life. Captain Pandey's flame still burns in our hearts. This is his legacy.
I was born in Ruda village, Sitapur district, on 25 June 1975, the eldest of 4 children. My father, Gopi Chand, worked in Lucknow, and my mother, Mohini, raised us with love and discipline. I had 2 younger brothers, Mohit and Manmohan, and a sister, Pratibha. We were close-knit. I always looked out for them. As a boy, I was energetic and curious. My parents enrolled me in schools in Lucknow, first Herbert School, then Rani Lakshmi Bai School. But when I joined Uttar Pradesh Sainik School in Class 7, my dream of joining the Army truly took shape. I loved sports and competition. I excelled in boxing and even bodybuilding. I remember winning the Best NCC Cadet Award in the state in 1990. All those early lessons in courage and discipline gave me a foundation.
You also formed a deep friendship at Sainik School with Pawan Mishra.
Yes, Pawan and I became like brothers. We studied together and encouraged each other to join NDA. Even after school, we kept in touch through letters. He told me later that I never forgot my roots and that I even used my scholarship money to buy a bicycle for my father. That meant a lot to me. I must also mention my mother. She was my guiding star. I wrote once in my journal, "She is the star which shines brightly in the darkness." Her love gave me strength when I was young and even later in faraway places.
After Sainik School, you went on to NDA and then IMA?
Yes. I joined the 90th NDA course in 1993 and passed out in 1996. Those years were the toughest and best of my life. Early drills, academic exams, physical training. But I thrived on them. NDA taught me leadership and camaraderie. Then I attended the Indian Military Academy at Dehradun. I was commissioned as a second lieutenant on 7 June 1997 into the 111 Gorkha Rifles. I was nearly 22, filled with pride to serve as an Army officer. During my services selection board interview, I was asked, "Why do you want to join the Army?" I answered, "I want to win the Param Vir Chakra." It was bold to say, but I was absolutely certain of my purpose. True to those words, I did earn the Param Vir Chakra, though sadly, I never got to receive it in person. I told myself that even if I fell, the goal was worth it, and I never broke that promise to myself.
And your first postings?
After IMA, I was posted in the Kashmir Valley, then to Siachen Glacier. Each posting taught me new lessons. In Siachen, at 18,000 feet, I learned endurance in bone-chilling cold. In those silent, icy nights, we bonded and prepared for whatever came next. In 1998, tension with Pakistan was rising. I volunteered immediately if war broke out. My friend Pawan warned me not to go. He was afraid for me. But nothing mattered more to me than serving my nation at the front.
Tell us about your personal philosophy. What drove you as a leader?
I believed in selfless service. In my diary I wrote, "Some goals are so worthy it's glorious even to fail." To me, serving the nation and protecting others was worth any sacrifice. I also vowed, if death strikes before I prove my blood, I promise I will kill death. I meant that I would never let fear stop me. I would fight on, no matter what. I valued every person in my platoon. I treated my soldiers like family, sharing jokes in camp and praying with them before missions. If a soldier was cold, I'd give him my jacket. If he was tired, I'd tell him to rest while I took watch. That gave me strength too. My mother's support and the faith of my family meant everything. As I said, she was my guiding star. I wrote of her, "She is the star which shines brightly in the darkness whenever I felt alone." It reminds me that I carried not just my own dreams, but their hopes as well. And friendship was important too. Pawan once wrote that I never forgot my roots and inspired others to be better. I just tried to live honestly and maybe others took notice. It humbles me now. I may have been called the Dark Knight by some, but I was just doing my duty. Any brave soul would have done the same for their flag.
In summer 1999, war broke out in Kargil. Captain Pandey, can you describe the situation as you first saw it?
By early May 1999, we knew something was wrong. The Pakistani army had placed thousands of troops disguised as militants along our side of the LOC, in sectors like Mushko and Batalik. They were holding the high ground overlooking our posts and supply lines, a very dangerous setup. India launched Operation Vijay to evict the intruders. Our brigade, the 3rd Infantry Division, was tasked with clearing those heights. I was part of the 111 Gorkha Rifles under Colonel Lalit Rai, one of the 1st battalions sent to Batalik. We were given the mission to capture ridges, Jubar Top, Kukartham, Khalubar. The idea was to push the enemy out of strategic peaks one by one. It was grueling work. Every step upward meant enemy fire from above. But we had our orders, and we moved. Before our turn, other units had secured a corridor through Junk Lungpa. That opened a route. Then, in late June, it was our moment to strike the Khalubar Padma Go ridgeline. We knew that taking this ridge would break the heart of the intrusion in Batalik.
On the night of 11th June, your battalion assaulted Jubar Top. Captain, describe that fight.
We attacked at 200 hours under cover of darkness. The slope was almost vertical and icy, but we advanced steadily. By the time we were halfway up, it was almost dawn. The wind was fierce, and every breath burned, but we pressed on. When we reached the top, the enemy was ready, but I charged ahead anyway, shouting our war cry. I rushed bunker to bunker with grenades. My men followed me closely. The clash was fierce, but quick and decisive. Within minutes, we secured Jubar Top. We had taken the objective before sunrise. The cost was heavy, but the ridge was ours. That victory gave us momentum and confidence for what came next.
And then came the attack on Khalubar, with you leading 5 platoon. What do you recall?
The night of 23rd July, we moved silently toward Khalubar. Suddenly, we came under heavy machine gun fire from both sides. I could see enemies on our right and left, pinning us down in the dark. The advance halted. We were exposed, waiting for dawn with no cover. I gave orders. I would take the left bunkers, 2 sections would clear the right. We advanced in single file along a narrow path. The first enemy bunker was just ahead. I charged it, grenade ready. We clashed immediately. In seconds, I killed 2 enemy soldiers at point-blank range with my rifle and bayonet. That first bunker fell. My men stormed the second bunker immediately after, overwhelming the enemy inside. By then, I was wounded in my left shoulder and leg. Each wound felt like fire, but I pushed on. I choked on blood, but I remembered my promise to kill death before it killed me. The third bunker came next. I charged through it despite the pain, then threw a grenade back the way I came to clear it. I stumbled out into open ground for the fourth bunker. The fourth bunker stood between me and the summit. I ran full speed with my last grenade. I hit it just right. The explosion was deafening, and the enemies inside were gone. Only as I stepped out did a burst of machine gun fire hit me squarely in the forehead. I collapsed right there, blood everywhere. But I heard cheers. My unit had secured Khalubar. Thanks to our actions, by dawn the Indian flag was flying on that ridge. We had won that sector. That night, I gave my all. We annihilated the last of the intruders on that ridge. My final act, even as wounds took me, provided the base for our companies. By morning, Khalubar was in our hands. Lying there as night turned to day, I felt weak. I had done what I came to do. I saw our flag rise on Khalubar. I knew the battle was won. I closed my eyes knowing my sacrifice helped bring victory. My last conscious thought was for my men. I whispered, "Nachodnu, do not leave them behind." Those were my final words, a command and a blessing to those who fought with me. Then I remember nothing, just an overwhelming peace. I fell asleep with a prayer on my lips and the satisfaction that I had given everything.
Captain Pandey, your courage is beyond words. You were just 24 when you gave your life for the nation, but the impact of your bravery is immeasurable. You were honored with the Param Vir Chakra. Yet you took no pride in titles. You did what any of us would hope to do: lay down life for our flag. We can only honor you by living with the same spirit: selfless, fearless, dedicated. Today, India salutes Captain Manoj Pandey, a son, a soldier, an immortal hero. Captain, your legacy endures. There's an NDA science block named for you, an inter-school football tournament, and even an apartment complex called Manoj Vihar, all to honor your memory. Every year, new cadets learn of your sacrifice.
I am honored by every tribute. I was just a soldier doing my duty. If young Indians look at me and feel a sense of pride and responsibility, then I'm grateful.
In Lucknow and Siddipur, you have statues and roads named for you. Your school built an auditorium in your honor, and even the Kargil War Museum at Dras features a gallery named after you. These tributes ensure your story will be told again and again. These honors remind us, heroes are not forgotten. Your example will continue to inspire those who serve and those who cherish freedom. Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey's story reminds us that the spirit of a true soldier lives on in courage and sacrifice. If his journey inspires you, share this episode with friends and family. Let's ensure that his example of devotion and bravery lights the way for generations to come. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.